Hello, this is Daniel, and welcome to another AutoFlex Connect settings tutorial video. Today I am going to be looking at another VentGrid modifier, specifically the cooling duty cycle cutback modifier. Basically, this modifier will cut back your maximum ventilation by a specified percentage whenever the specified duty cycle fan or piece of equipment is active. So currently I've got it set up. I've got my temperature set at 77 degrees Fahrenheit, which gives us 70% output on our grid. If we hop into the settings, then into the modifiers, I can enable this cooling duty cycle cutback. I can select my duty cycle fan. Really, this could be any piece of equipment connected to the relay that's set up as a duty cycle. It could be some sort of misting or fogging type equipment or something else. Really anything where you want your maximum ventilation cut back while this equipment is active. So you could see I had it active already and my cutback percentage was set at 10. And so it wasn't affecting my VentGrid because I was at 70% ventilation. And how it works is it cuts back from the maximum ventilation on our grid. So the cutback percentage set now to 35 is going to mean that our maximum ventilation rate when our duty cycle fan is active, which I have it active in every step, the maximum ventilation is going to be 65%. So now that I've set it here, we will see shortly this will update and it will be the secondary modifier will come into effect. So we get the purple and it's showing up as 65%. So basically, you take the maximum ventilation rate, which is 100, you subtract our cutback percentage, which is 35, and that gives us the 65%, and that is the maximum ventilation that you can have while this selected duty cycle relay is active. I can up the cutback percentage all the way up to 50%. So that means that the lowest possible ventilation rate you can have while this cutback is active is 50%. Or, like I showed before, if we had a cutback percentage, even say just 10%, then it is not going to be active. If we give it a second here, it's going to jump back up to 70%. And it'll just stay at 70% because the cutback will only cut it back if the actual normal ventilation is higher than the cutback ventilation. So right now with our cutback ventilation is set to 90%. So it looks at that, it looks at what the normal ventilation is. Normal ventilation is lower, so it just runs with the normal ventilation. If we upped our temperature to 80 degrees, it should be at 100%. So then now that cutback ventilation rate is going to come into effect and it will run at only 90%. And there we go, 79 degrees, 90%. So that is it for the ventilation cutback secondary modifier. It's pretty simple. That'll do it for this video. So I will see you guys in the next one.